Hello everyone. I can't believe it's Sunday night already. Where does it go? I have to be honest, the weeks go just as quick as well, but honestly you just get that little bit of respite and it's gone. But what I wanted to do was just say something brief and to the point about what goes on here with me on TikTok, because today, for the first time in ages, I've had a few minutes to be able to have a look at some comments and sort of direct messages. And I've said this before, but it's an ongoing thing, and it's still strong now. I've been out for just over 18 months now. I've been on TikTok, I'm not even sure. I think it might be something like 15 months maybe. I know I've been fairly quiet recently. I think most of you know I've had lots and lots going on. The flat's coming along. It's I couldn't put a figure on it percentage wise, but let's just say it's closer to where I want it than where I don't want it, if that makes sense. And where how it was when I walked in was where I didn't want it to be. So there's been a lot of graft, and I've had some help here and there, which has been very kind of people that have helped. But anyway, look, what I wanted to say was I was just looking through messages about 10 minutes ago, and I saw one from a new follower who kind of reiterated or backed up things that have been said to me before through TikTok followers, and that is that it seems that my kind of candour, my being completely upfront and just talking, it helps people. And this lady, she just wrote a brief message to me just to say, you know, you're a real inspiration. I know, she said that lots of people who have been in prison, men and women, appear to get some comfort from things that I talk about. Obviously, you all know my life isn't just about being an ex-prisoner, but no one can deny, least of all me, that you know, prison has been, even just in terms of time, it's been a huge part of my life. You know, I'd rather it hadn't been, but you have to accept what it is, and 17 plus years locked up, that is part of the what is in my past and I guess my present. So I'm really glad that I'm very, very lucky, you know. I'm glad. You don't have to be an ex-prisoner, you don't have to be an ex-public school boy, you don't have to be adopted, you don't have to be other things that have gone on in my life that anybody in their right mind would rather hadn't gone on. But I still find it, you know, I find it positive, but at the same time, because I think about stuff, I find it kind of disheartening in a way that, look, I don't have an MO. All I do is talk to you. And it just seems to me, excuse me, that people are so unable to get reality from other people. I don't understand why people don't just be real and be themselves. I guess, you know, there are lots of people in social media circles who are trying to achieve something, and it will most likely be a mix of fame, celebrity and money, I guess. So I think part of my shtick is that I'm not after any of that. If a bag of money fell in my lap, same as you, yeah, we'd be happy, I guess. But I don't do all this for money. I just do it. I don't know why I do it. You could say that there's maybe some kind of catharsis for me, helping other people. I definitely actively help people. I'm in contact with a person at the moment who has somebody in prison, and they don't really understand the nuts and bolts of the whole situation, and that's really easy for me to just say, well, look, this is what I learned, and some of that will no doubt help you, at least give you a kind of a gentle push off the start line on your own journey. I saw two of my oldest friends today. One of them over from America. He more or less lives in America, has done for the last sort of 25, 30 years. Both of these friends are recovering alcoholics and recovering addicts. And so for some people who have a pop at me on social media, there was a comment the other day when I talked about the Chris Cabba thing. I said I didn't know a lot about it, but this guy just chipped in with, look at this, a fucking ex-con piping up about another criminal. Well, yeah, you can, I mean, if you want to put things in black and white, then yes, that is technically what was happening, but I wasn't piping up for him at all. I was just commenting in an impartial way. Anyway, my two friends, we met this morning for some breakfast, and you know, it's just one of those great things. We all have it. Think about your friends that you've had for all of your life, but you might not have seen for 5 years, 10 years, whatever. And you see them, and the true test of that friendship is that you can see that person. One of my friends today I hadn't seen for, it's not far off 30 years. It was like I saw him yesterday. We talked about his mum. She's a very larger than life Scouser, lovely lady. I haven't seen her for probably 40 years. We talked about the fact that I went for a sort of a play date to his house on a Sunday. I was about, I think I was about 9 years old, maybe. Can't quite remember exactly, maybe a little bit older. I did a wheelie off the curb, riding our bikes back to his house, and I hit a car head on that was coming directly towards me. Got my head split open, had to go to hospital, yada yada. And we talked about that, and it's interesting that he had certain memories about that moment and that day, and I had certain. But the point is, it was just lovely to see them both. One of them I see reasonably regularly. We have a bite to eat about every 3 or 4 weeks. But listen, my point with all of that is, these are two great guys. They've always been great guys. We all used to piss around and get in trouble at school, but essentially we are all decent human beings, and these guys are in recovery, and they're doing very well for long periods now, years of complete abstinence. And I just want to say that anyone can do that. It's just a matter of strength and will.